On Tap Brooklyn Oktoberfest. Hi, I'm James Knott, and I am wearing a Better Beer Authority t-shirt, which you can buy on our website, Prost. Today we are celebrating Oktoberfest with Brooklyn Brewery's version of the style. Brooklyn Brewery was started in 1988 in Brooklyn, New York. They have 6 year-round core brands and 6 seasonal beers, and a selection of year-round big-bottled specialty beers and limited releases. Brooklyn Oktoberfest is a Märzen that comes in at 5.5% ABV. They use German malts and hops. The brewery suggests pairing this lager with steak or roasted meats. They describe the beer as full-bodied and malty, with a bready aroma and light, brisk hop bitterness. Mark, are you picking up a light, brisk hop bitterness?
I think that there is certainly a light, brisk hop bitterness in this beer. I mean, it's certainly light. It's very brisk. I don't want to say it's not noticeable because it definitely comes a little bit more on the finish of the beer than it does dominantly on the front, because I think there's a lot of fruitiness and breadiness that is more on the onset of the palate. But I think it does finish off with a light hop bitterness, just to know to show you that there is some hop character. But I guess, like you said, light and brisk, yeah.
Joby, do you see yourself in the future looking forward to Oktoberfest beers coming out?
I don't think that this year I was like, yeah, here comes October, here comes the Oktoberfest beers. But, you know, that could change in the future. I mean, I guess I'm not really looking forward to them, but when they do get here and I start tasting them, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's not, I don't have anything against them. They're, you know, all of them, the ones that I've had are always, you know, easy drinking. For those rookie or young craft beer drinkers, this is definitely a gateway beer, I think, into the craft brewing scenery. So.
All right, let's get back to this beer.
Oh.
What is your overall, how would you describe this beer to someone?
Oh, I would describe this beer, you definitely get the light hop aroma from it, a lot more so than some other Oktoberfests that are out there. For me, I kind of like that because I like a hoppier type beer anyway. For me, it's very, very easy to drink. I could sit down and drink 2, 3, 4 liters of it at a time without a problem. Been there, done that. But I think it's a really good beer.
For those of you watching at home, you may not recognize this guy. This is Jeff Taynor. Some people call him Farva. He is a home brewer, a member of the local home brewing club, and a gentleman in the local beer scene. Mark, what is your rating on this beer?
My rating on this beer is, that's a 7. I mean, the beer itself is, it's a great representation of an Oktoberfest. It's a little, I guess it's a little lacking. I don't want to say that it's dry or, just unfulfilling. I don't enjoy it as much as I do other Oktoberfests that I've had this year especially. I mean, I'd hate to be comparative, but I mean, the beer itself has a decent presentation, when we poured it, but I just don't feel like the actual flavor of the beer was as good as some of the others that I've had. So, but still good on its own merit. I think it was just a good 7.
Real quick, we just reviewed Victory. Which way would you go, Victory or Brooklyn Brewery?
Victory.
Joby?
I'd probably go Victory as well.
Farva?
I'd go Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? Okay.
What
2
would you do,
victories in
James?
Brooklyn. I'd probably go Victory. So we got 3-1 there.
3-1.
Joby, what is your big picture on this this brew?
Again, I mean, we've had 2 Oktoberfests here in a row, and they're very similar to me. I mean, both easy drinking, both have that bready aroma. This one, like Farva was saying, little hoppier in this one. I guess you can kind of pick that up. I think more in the aroma than in the taste. Mark was saying the first one had a lot of fruit characteristics in the taste, and I wasn't getting that as much. I think these Oktoberfest beers, to me, are more like a caramel, a bready caramel type taste.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I think we as amateurs, as far as beer drinking goes, we get used to certain styles, and we pick out the things that are more dominant in the beers. I mean, we pick out the fruitiness, we pick out the breadiness, we pick out the hoppiness. I mean, we find the things that we can identify with, and we go from there. And I think that we've come a long way, especially from when we started to where we are now. And I don't want to lead anybody into thinking that I think that the Victory Fest beer was fruity. I mean, in comparison to the Brooklyn, maybe a little fruitier, but I think that just comes from the character of the ingredients that go into it. I don't think it was a fruity beer.
Okay.
Right.
Light fruit note.
Light fruit. Yeah.
I mean, there was certainly, a little bit of esteriness to it, that it happens.
I mean, but where I'm coming from, I get no fruitness out of any of these two beers we had, Oktoberfest beers.
It's amazing because you get fruitness all over the place.
Normally I ooze it, but no.
Farva,
Yes, sir.
give us your rating and your sort of big picture. How does this beer fit into Oktoberfest for you?
Well, I'd rate this beer at an 8. For me, again, I like a kind of a stronger beer anyway, so a little bit more hops for me is usually pretty good. I could see myself drinking a ton of this beer at a party, and it's low enough in alcohol that it's not going to affect me that much. Definitely would go really good with some pretzels and beer cheese.
Oh yeah, nice. Some Bavarian
yeah.
pretzels.
Yeah, I got a little German in me, so this
What's
is
his
one of the
name?
better. Yeah. Exactly.
It's no liter cola, but it'll
Oh,
do.
no, it's not. Give me a liter of Fest, and I'm happy.
All right. Oktoberfest from Brooklyn Brewery gets a 7.3 on the BBA scale. What is your favorite Oktoberfest? Do you even like beer? Let us know in the comments section, and buy a Better Beer Authority t-shirt. Thanks for watching. I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority.